Hello and welcome back to English Idea. This is Rim Alam and today I am back with another 60-minute full-length practice test. Before I continue with my today's video, I want all of you to give full concentration and listen to me. Many of you have asked, how can you give a full-length practice test? I have said this in the other four full-length practice test videos, but I'm going to repeat it here one more time that you actually cannot choose to have a full-length practice test until and unless Duolingo asks you to participate in it. Like you can see over here, it says I agree to participate in the study. Only when you agree to it, then only you'll be able to move on and have the full-length practice test. If you do not get this on your screen before starting the practice test, it means you cannot give a full-length practice test. For the ones who want to give this full-length practice test, I will say you can create an account with an email address and you can see if you can give a full-length practice test. So I'm just going to repeat myself once again. You cannot choose to give a full-length practice test until and unless Duolingo asks you to. And you can try making a new account in Duolingo and maybe you will come across this full-length practice test. I cannot give you a guarantee. I am just guessing that you can. Maybe Duolingo will ask you about giving a full-length practice test. If you're moving on with today's video, don't forget to give a like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notification whenever I upload something new. Now without further ado, let's start my today's video.
She has a son who is a doctor. She has a son who is a doctor. She has a son who is a doctor.
Suppose. Persians, Persians.
Adnors, adnors.
Host, host.
Underneath, underneath. Encollision, encollision. Erotive, erotive, erotive. Living, living.
Sanly, sanly.
Suppose, suppose. Host, host.
Underneath, underneath. Living, living. Living, living.
Persians, Persians.
Adnors, adnors.
Encollision, encollision.
Sanly, sanly.
Erotive, erotive, erotive.
Sanly, sanly.
By the 1840s, iron boxes were in use as well as wooden ones.
Most of the oxygen in the air is produced by photosynthesis. Most of the oxygen in the air is produced by photosynthesis. Most of the oxygen in the air is produced by photosynthesis.
Perhaps it would be most appropriate to express simple gratitude.
Some church organists are good at improvising. Some church organists are good at improvising. Some church organists are good at improvising.
The avatar has the ability to navigate and maneuver and often collects or manipulates objects.
Proximity, proximity. Irresistible, irresistible.
Contraception, contraception.
Grayseptic, grayseptic. Fractory, fractory. Countless, countless. Antibiotic, antibiotic.
Craborb, craborb, craborb. Vaccinate, vaccinate.
Proximity, proximity,
Grayseptic, grayseptic. Fractory,
proximity,
Crevorb. Crevorb.
irresistible, proximity, irresistible,
Contraception.
countless.
Vaccinate.
Antibiotic, grayseptic. Fractory,
Crevorb.
Some of the techniques used, such as fault tree analysis, are derived from safety engineering. When you get fill in the blanks, first and foremost thing you should do is read the entire passage even with the blanks. For example, right now if I read it, I will read it this way. An interstellar cloud is the generic name given to an accumulation of gas, plasma and dust in our and other galaxies. Put dash dash interstellar dash is a denser than average dash of the dash interstellar. You see how I have read even with the dashes, right? So that's how you should read first. Since you have 3 minutes, you can use this 3 minutes to read it first. The answer of these dashes or a clue, a hint is always given in the paragraph. As you can see, there is regions given, in the entire paragraph. You will come across word regions, you'll come across words ionized from there. As you can see right now, I have changed S into Z because I have seen that they have used Z in their ionized word, so that's why I have changed it. So that's why it's very important to read the entire paragraph. The same goes in interactive reading section. Read the paragraph with the dashes. That's how you'll be able to fill in the gaps.
validity, validity,
tentulous, tentulous,
sarcastic, sarcastic,
resilience, resilience, murcher, murcher,
provorious, provorious,
longevity, longevity,
polarit, polarit,
negligence, negligence,
polarit, polarit,
validity, validity, validity,
tentulous, tentulous, murcher, murcher,
provorious, provorious,
longevity, longevity,
resilience, resilience, polarit, polarit, polarit,
negligence, negligence,
sarcastic, sarcastic,
There are many castles, monasteries, churches, ruins, and old towns. There are many castles, monasteries, churches, ruins, and old towns. There are many castles, monasteries, churches, ruins, and old towns.
A continuous signal can be drawn as a wave or as a combination of several waves.
They may be the narrator in non-animated works. They may be the narrator in non-animated works. They may be the narrator in non-animated works.
Blending uses an implement to soft or spread the original drawing strokes.
Infant, infant. Momentum, momentum. Narrator, narrator.
Momine, momine.
Masterpiece, masterpiece. Threader, threader, threader.
Transistration, transistration.
Voluntist, voluntist.
Irragible, irragible.
Infant, infant. Momentum, momentum. Narrator, narrator.
Masterpiece, masterpiece.
Momine, momine.
Transistration, transistration.
Momine, momine, momine.
Voluntist, voluntist. Threader, threader, threader.
Irragible, irragible.
Infant, infant. Momentum, momentum. Narrator, narrator.
Masterpiece, masterpiece. Threader, threader.
In the basic practice test, which lasts about 15 to 30 minutes, you will get only one interactive reading section. Whereas in the real exam or in this 60-minute full length practice test, you will get two interactive reading sections. This is a new section that has been added in this Duolingo test. I have two videos solely about interactive reading and how you should answer, what kind of questions comes in interactive reading. To know more about interactive reading, go check them out. The link will be in the description below. Now moving on, as you can see, I am filling up the blanks. Like I said previously, you should always read the passage with the dashes. Once you finish them up, you should take your time and read it once again. And this is my second interactive reading section. Like I said previously, take your time and read the passage with dashes with your full concentration. Once you have filled all the gaps, then again read it. By the end of the interactive reading section, I'm sure you will have an idea what's the whole passage about.
Compare the eating habits of young people today to those of an older generation. Compare the eating habits of young people today to those of an older generation. Compare the eating habits of young people today to those of an older generation.
So today I'm going to compare the eating habits of younger generation. I'm going to compare them with the people in older generation. Well, the first and foremost thing is, back in the days, people preferred to eat their greens. They love eating vegetables and fruits, but the younger generation now, they prefer to eat burgers and fried chickens, more than eating their greens or their vegetables. There is also a group of people, younger generation, a group of younger generation people who they have a certain type of diet where they don't eat certain things, whereas back in the days, uh, old people in the older generation didn't had anything like that. They would eat everything, starting from milk to meat, and anything that would be actually healthy, to be proven to be healthy. Whereas the younger generation, they don't want to listen, they just want to follow the trend and do what they think is right and good. In this image, there are three kids in front of a beautiful lake. There are many plants behind them, many green plants. Perhaps they are in a forest. Um, they are trying to get something off the lake. Uh, there is one girl who is looking at them while the two other kids are trying to get something out of the water. Today I'm going to talk about a time that I had to wait a very long time, and that was for my offer letter. I had to wait a very, very long time to get my offer letter. I waited almost 2 months, even though 2 months seems a very short time, but for me that waiting period was as long as 2 decades. And it was very important because the wait was important because the semester I applied, it was actually a very big semester. A lot of universities were actually taking in students at that time. So when I applied, I didn't apply in a summer semester or whatsoever. I applied in spring semester, and due to that there were a huge rush, and that is why I had to wait.
What kind of decorations do people put out for holidays and celebrations in your country? What kind of decorations do people put out for holidays and celebrations in your country? What kind of decorations do people put out for holidays and celebrations in your country?
So the kind of decorations that people in my country puts up when there is a festival or any kind of programs, there is a, the people in my country choose to use lighting. They light all over the house. They put lighting, the fairy lights, the bigger fairy lights. They put these all over their house, buildings, rooms. Even they choose to decorate the roads in front of their house. uh, it's beautiful. They sometimes make other decorations using lights itself. So that is a different kind of decoration that I see only in my country. So today I'm going to talk about a subject that I think all the students should take, and that subject is computer. It is because regardless of what career students go into or what they do later in life, computer always comes in handy. If you know how to use a computer, if you know how to operate in a computer, if you know how to use MS Excel, PowerPoint or Word, it will come in handy. You will come across a point in your life where you need to use a laptop, or you need to work in Excel, PowerPoint or Word, or anything related to a computer. So that is why I think every student should take this subject. And like I said previously, this subject will you will come across a point in your life where you have to use the computer. Already by now we work, we study using our laptop. In the future we will use laptop, we'll use our computer for even like for things that we may have never expected. So that is why I think we should, all the students should take this subject. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any comments or queries. Give a like, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notification whenever I put something new.